Channel. I am Henrik, and this is Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. And it's been quite a while since I updated this game, but the save is still there. And today we have a new update, which is not the reason I'm playing. I just had the time for once. The patch is version 1.02.52, and the major gist of this patch and update is fixes and improvements for urban and city fort combat values. That doesn't seem to be a large patch. Before that, it was the release of the Steel Inferno DLC. That was back in November 2022. They are still updating the game with patches occasionally. It should be running fairly well. I have to admit, I do not know what has been happening with the game the last year patch-wise, and I'm a bit surprised that this very old save is still running, but we're gonna run with it and see what happens. As you can see, we are at the end of turn 4 in July 13th. We have 8 action points to spend before we move the turn over. And to be honest, I think I might pop up 4 forts with the points, but I still haven't decided where to put them. 8 is too few to assign a good leader. I might save them for next turn and use them to promote another leader. And I try to keep it short and sweet. Let's see here. I'll pop up my drawing tool here, which I haven't been using for a while. So here up in the north we have, I'd say, one of my stronger army groups, or fronts as they're called. They're so strong I don't even know where they are. Here's a Leningrad front, and can you see from here? No, you can't. You have to go into here and see that they are commanding as many as 320,000 men with 5,000 guns. We don't have a lot of tanks, 200 tanks, 760 airplanes, but this is a good front because I have been focusing high morale. Okay, troops there. The better quality divisions are up here. The Green Army, as you can see here. Okay, let's see if we can get a nice, maybe red color and a paintbrush pen. Yeah, let's go with pen. The Kronstadt fort, the city fort out there in front, Oranienburg, they have level 5 and level 3, so very high fort levels, and I started to construct a forward position here. So why are these guys green? Well, that's because these are all the Leningrad militia troops, so they are quite weak division. Okay, I think we're gonna go a little bit heavier. So this is a delaying line. I don't expect even the AI to come crushing in from the southwest, because that would take them through one line and then straight into the city fortifications here. And that would be, doesn't really matter. It's one of the, it's probably in here in the fortress. It's one of the armies. It's the weakest army, but it has the least important job to do. Inside Leningrad itself, mostly we have, where is it? The Neva Opgr army, and it's a very good leader, Vasilevsky. He's the only leader with a 8 administration value. Admin 9, sorry, 9. So my reasoning here is that he's the guy who's the best at ordering his associated divisions to dig in, and I really like to get the Leningrad city hexes here. So we have fort level 2, 0%, and the same here, fort level 2. So I think I've been maxing out each turn because is that loud for you guys? Oh, it looks okay. Let's go with it. It's just a bit loud for me. Sorry, I need to just there we go. So I'm trying to dig in as best as I can up here, and yeah, it's gonna take a while. Hello. I think I've given him a few engineering units as well. Yeah, he has 3 motorized engineering separate battalions. Doesn't help a lot, but with his high admin value, they should activate more often and help dig in. So I also placed reinforcing naval brigades behind the river in open terrain here to build a second fortification line, and I also have some small units here digging inside these ports. Marsh terrain is going to take very long time for them to dig in, but you know, you have to start somewhere. And then we have I'm not going to go through this carefully, but it's been a long time since I played, so it's kind of a repetition for myself. We have the 8th Army here. He's still under a bad leader. No, actually, I think Sobinekov is kind of a decent. No, he's kind of bad for morale. Okay, so he needs to be upgraded, but he's not in the fighting line yet. So next turn we'll upgrade the 8th Army leader. But in the very front line, falling back from the Skov German Panzer push here up towards the north, is the 20th Army under Zhukov. And obviously it's kind of a ad hoc force falling back from Skov, and they have been delaying the German advance a little bit, well, by being bashed to pieces and falling back and running. But I decided, instead of holding the kind of northeastern edge of the Panzer push, I just fell back up here because many of these units under the 20th Army is in bad shape. You can check out their total number. Yeah, 75,000, 1,300 guns, and you know, a lot of these troops are banged up, so some of them are under refit, and they are kind of forming a outer skirmish line in front of what I'm trying to build up from Novgorod up to Leningrad, the main line of defense. They're providing, so if the AI want to go and bash this line up further, well, then they're not gonna go for Novgorod, which is the closest. And at Novgorod we have a second line closest to the city with troops that were attacked last turn, and they're refitting. But I have new, freshly 14,000 strong 50 morale divisions in front on the Luga army here, and he has a good leader. Yeah, Astarin. Oh shit, I didn't upgrade him, did I? Okay, that was a mistake. I didn't. Okay, I should have changed his leader, I suppose. Astanin is not good enough. What I did instead was I changed this leader here, 11th Army. Golikov is a really good leader, 7 morale and high admin value. So, but I could only have afforded to upgrade one of them. This guy cost 12 points to upgrade, and I couldn't afford to upgrade both. So I guess I choose the southern one. My defenses around Novgorod are a little bit deeper, so after all, I think that was the right choice, because I only have 5 division here. I do have reinforcement coming in that I placed during the turn behind the enemy line here. So obviously this is one of the most important defensive positions on the entire front here, around Lake Ilmen, Novgorod, and I don't know what to call this line here, but it's good defensive terrain right in these hexes where they are. Around Veileki Luki, we have one large army, the 22nd, still under a default starting bad leader for average. So not a good leader down here. But the army is decent in size and quality, with 117,000 defender, 2,000 artillery, no tanks. As you can see here, all the infantry units are at 50 morale, so they've been in the reserve, resting up. I have managed to fortify level 2 and level 2, and also level 1. I don't have a fort underneath here. I was thinking building a fort here, but no, we're not going to waste any action points. So all in all, this army is in okay shape. Actually, pretty good shape. But I mean, they haven't dug in yet. Well, more than nothing. So I don't know what's coming here. I don't have a good scouting. I'm just hoping this army is going to do stop them at the river line here. Oh, I'm forgetting using my drawing tool. Here is the defense line. Alright. And yes, I do have a hole in the line here. Well, if the Germans want to push through here into the marshes, I guess there's not much I can do about it. Now we come to the Western Front, and as you can see, the Western Front is actually holding Smolensk. I think the Germans attacked it during the last turn and didn't manage to attack them. Where do I put on the fighting icons? It's been such a long time since I played. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. You have to map info. This combat delays. No, not combat delays. Build new units. Yeah, I did build one separate tank regiment, so now I'm at the 4 limit here. They have T-34s. We do have some in the pool, so I thought it worth it. But basically, this. Oh, here are the combat reports. So we actually scouted the first attack and the second one. Do I push it again? No. Sorry, I forgot. 1 out of 2. Oh, here's the second one. And another hold attack, 1 to 8. So we actually held Smolensk twice last turn. Can I turn this off again? Yeah. So we have some attacks here, but they pushed through here, this hex here, pushed me back a little bit, and now I don't know how to turn it off. Ground support on off. Okay, I do not know how to turn it off, the combats. Maybe by going back to move mode? Yeah, that's how you do it. Alright. Let's examine the Western Front, how strong it is. The problem, of course, is the kind of this area here between Bryansk and Smolensk. It's a very thin line, and we have found what is at least a German panzer corps here, making kind of a surprise shock appearance, crossing the Dnieper River and heading all this way here. I was expecting the brunt of the attack to fall on Smolensk itself, as you can see by my defensive dispositions. But I think they have a full panzer army down here, and maybe just one single panzer army here in front of Smolensk. I'm happy about the Smolensk situation, but of course this is a surprise. I am leaving a Moscow militia of 6,000 men inside, but other than that, I have basically nothing here. Oh, this division, ooh. Okay. I guess I didn't make a decision whether I should run away or stay here and delay them. I think I need to stay and delay them. This division 217th probably is gonna get wiped out. Would it help me at all? Maybe I should put it inside the town. So we have a couple of decisions to do that I forgot to do before starting the recording. We have the 6th Cavalry Corps, which I think has a decent leader, kind of holding a skirmish line here to the north. The Western Front is holding a long stretch of the front, but it is in decent shape. I have shuffled troops around, and we have 370,000 soldiers with 5,000 guns. So, and even 1,000 tanks. Yes, we do have kind of a tank army with 1,000 tanks. It's the orange divisions behind here in the second line. So we have some reserves. So this is one of my stronger positions, but around Bryansk, it's one of my weaker positions. What I do know is that I have placed around Orel new reinforcements. Is it going to be enough to stop? No, maybe slow down. I'd say this panzer push here, I hope they are running out of... Oh yeah, we have gasoline. Fatigue it is. Let's go with petrol. Oh, that's good news, right? All these German panzer units are at red petrol fuel position. So hopefully they will have to slow down their pace. That's the best I can say. And down here towards, what you call it, my eyes, Chernikov, we have a single army, and it's not a good army. It's the 21st Army, and as you can see, they're spread out to kind of zone of control, a couple of river lines. I don't think they have a lot of mobile units here, the Germans, so I'm just counting on slowing them down a bit. So this entire front line is held by 50,000 troops. So really a thin line, just slowing down. And I'm planning to fall back with them towards, I suppose, either Kursk or Belgorod or Kharkov. Maybe I can set up a Zumi river line defense here, heading down towards Poltava. We'll see about that. I really don't want these troops to get surrounded, but they're here to delay. Then we come to Southwestern Front, is it? Yeah, Southwestern Front. It's a fairly strong front, but obviously it's not a chance they can cover. How do I delete? There you go. I'm holding all the way from Kiev, the river line, down here, and all the way down to, I'm not, Dnepropetrovsk, the name of the town that you can't ever pronounce. So it's a huge line for 358,000. Is that it? So basically my western defenses is a skirmish line, just holding the river line and slowing down. But 1/3 of the entire front is placed inside the 4th Army under Vasily. And Vasily should be a good leader, isn't he? Sure. 4 morale. No, 7 morale. And 6 infantry. Decent admin on 6. So they have not been able to dig in. They have a little brighter pink color than the rest of the front. Are these... I don't even have scouting whether these guys are out of fuel or not. But considering turn 4 how far they have advanced, I'm hoping they're low on fuel and have to wait for some infantry to come up here. I'm not terribly happy about the situation. It's kind of a sacrifice to put 14,000 strong reinforcing infantry division here out on the Russian plains. I don't like it, but I feel like I need to defend this river line where the German panzers are appearing. And then we have a kind of a skirmish line, like with zone of control, every other hex from Poltava to, let me try to say this, Zaporizhzhia, yeah, down here in the south. That's actually where they're fighting in this current Ukrainian war, isn't it? And you can see there are a few forts building. So that's the thing. Do I want to put fort? Now, these days you cannot build fort levels above 1. It used to be 2, which is a decent fort level. But now my my troops won't dig in. So wouldn't it be nice to have 1, 2, because this is such an open ground, and this defensive line actually defends Kharkov and all the way to Rostov and Stalino here. How much time will I have? Is it really helpful to have level 3 forts here out on the plains? You know, together with, I figure this is my plan. So let's delete that. And actually, so here's a strong point, here's a strong point, and here's a strong point, right? So if I could put up forts here, maybe even here, is it worth it? I don't know. But just for the hell of it, we are going to construct 2 forts here. Let's see what happens. It's actually good infantry division sitting in those forts, 14,000. How much fort have I built here? 74%. So I'm tempted to use these 8 action points. Is it action points? I thought it was political points. To fortify these hexes here. Someone will probably tell me, oh, why are you wasting points this early? You should replace leaders. Or no, you should design, construct anti-tank units. I really don't know what's the best course of action. So let's build a fort here, another fort here, and let's wait with at least this hex, because it doesn't even start to build up to level 1. This one is at 74%, so I think I'm gonna wait with this one. Do we have... We should shuffle these inside the... This army isn't full yet, so we are going to put them in the 8 mechanized corps and have them on refit, of course. Excuse me. You know, having them not on the staff that should allow them to reinforce and help dig in these 2 forts is a tiny bit, little bit faster. And now we have 4 points left, and I think I'm gonna do this. I noticed that we can build a lot more anti-tank regiments, and they have nice 85mm KS-12 AA guns, and I have 600 in the pool. Well, are these 600 gonna go out and reinforce other stuff on the map that I don't know about? Maybe, but they cost 1 action point, and I figured 20 of these heavy hitting guns and put them in key locations. Why don't we start training 4 of those suckers? Alright, 4 here, build 4. And we're down to 0 points. We can't do anything more. So we build 2 forts. We exchange 1 leader. We design 1 tank regiment and 4 anti-tank regiments with 85mm anti-air guns in them. That's what happened. I noticed at least 2 armies that need to exchange leaders. It's not like I have reserve armies with no divisions assigned to them with elite leaders sitting in the background that I can go in and manually exchange the divisions, because it doesn't cost anything to do that in War in the East 2. But it's only turn 4. It's understandable that we have too much to do and too little action points to do it. Yeah. Second line, like nothing. Oh, I did rail back an airborne brigade to Voronezh. Might not have been the best town to start fortifying. Oh, and another one up here. Well, I guess just because they were in the area. I do have a couple of militia in towns a bit further into the front of Moscow. But as you know, the Moscow militia troops divisions, they're not very strong. But I guess sitting in a town, building forts with their immense 6 construction value or around there, that's gonna be super. Yeah, some of them are on refit, anyways. So what the hell? Oh yeah, and we have 2 tank divisions sitting in Vyazma, refitting as well. That's about it for a second line. So let's go down to the south. Yeah, look at this marshy river line here, the lower Dnieper. It's just open. What I kind of would like to do is place a couple of cavalry divisions here. They're smaller, so it's not that much of a waste of strong units on a secondary front. And they're just there to slow down, and with their fast movement allowances, they can retreat from any breakthrough. But I guess I don't have cavalry on the map yet. So the southern front, remember I have a decent Odessa garrison. We currently have... I'm shipping supplies out because I have more supplies there than I want to donate to the Germans, to the Axis, whenever they take Odessa. I guess I moved in 1 new division. I don't know if I moved it by sea from Sevastopol or if I just moved it in by foot here. But inside, I think I have 4 divisions in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you get a... You can't see a total number. So I guess I want to have 5 divisions in there. That's... My reasoning is the AI might not, like a human player, bash Odessa with a full brunt and just eliminate those troops, which seems to be like in favor of the attacking Axis human player. I'm just hoping to slow him down. And as you know, we have a level 3 fort with 18%. And I have a weak army over here slowing down, and I have a couple of mountain units, mountain divisions, fortifying the straits into Kerch. I have nothing digging in outside Sevastopol. So we have 1 skirmish line, and then we have a main line of defense that I'm trying to build up as soon as possible. And the front, where's the front? Here. There it is. Southern front contains 276,000, 4,000 artillery. Actually, a couple of tanks as well. So I guess southern front is in decent shape, considering how limited its frontage is. I suppose it's an okay shape. Alright, before we end the turn, I'm just gonna show you a couple of, maybe I should have started with this, but I'll show you a couple of stats in case you're interested in that. So first we have on map, the Axis has 4.5 million men, and we had 2.5 million men when we started, or so 2.6, and then we went down to under 2 million men, and it's only the last week that we have started to increase again, and now we're above 2 million men. So they outnumber us 1 to 2.5. That's not good at all. But we do have reserves. We do have reserves, resting, refitting, and training. Manpower losses. Well, the 3 first weeks of the war, we took immense losses, nearly 1 million men. But this last week, we pulled back. We kind of found better positions. We pulled out of reach of German panzer spearheads. So yeah, it's looking good here. Map, man. Order battle, total men. Well, I guess this includes western garrisons for the Axis. So basically 7.5 million men. And we started mobilizing our on-map forces and reserves from 4 to... Oh, we're heading up towards 5, so we are increasing quite rapidly. So considering we have 2 million men on the map, we should have almost 3 million men in the theater boxes and in the reserve. Do you want to see how much troops we have in our reserves? I'm actually curious myself. The Soviet reserves contains, wait, clear all filters, and Soviet reserves, it's above 1 million men, 14,000 artillery and 3,000 tanks. That's a decent reserve. Resting and refitting. They are not on the map, they are not defending, they are not digging trenches and fortifications, but they're resting and refitting, and they are strategically mobile. I can deploy them with 1 week's delay, 10 hexes away from German spearheads. It's a bunch of different stuff like anti-tank, tanks, rifle. I wouldn't say rifle division is the largest proportion because I keep spamming rifle divisions on the map. Anti-tank regiments, howitzer artillery, yada yada, engineer sappers, anti-air battalions. Okay, that's a long winded. We talked half an hour about the front, so we're gonna end the turn here now. I would love to know in the comments, what am I missing? What should I have prioritized instead of what I had it prioritized? I don't have a lot of air forces on map. I am not. That's probably my weakest gameplay map, aircraft. Oh, we actually went up from 1,000 to 2,500 to the Axis 4,000 almost. So I guess I deployed a lot of aircraft this turn. It's been such a long time since I played this turn, so I forget about it. Okay, hold on to your. We're gonna save this as a. Oh, let's call it turn 4 end. Who knows? I'm not save scamming if you think that, but if something goes wrong, you know. Okay, what level? This is important. First, now we have the chance to go to admin, and the message delay is 2. Is it crazy to go to 2.5? Because it's really hard to change this during the combat resolution phase. But anyway, if you don't want to watch all the combats, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for making it to the end. I hope you enjoy and support the game. It's an excellent game. And I think this is a nice scroll level to watch it come, because you can see where on the map. If you're scrolling like this, I find it hard to understand where on the map we are fighting. Is this better? Let's go with this one. There we go. What do I expect the Germans to achieve this turn? Honestly, I don't know. I really don't want them to break through south of Lake Ilmen, because I only have a single line. Sure, good defensive terrain and some decent divisions, but there's only 5 of them there. I suppose if they push into the defenses outside Novgorod, which consists of 3 lines, that would be the better thing for me. Or even swinging on a left flank up towards Leningrad itself and hitting Zhukov's 20th Army skirmish defenders. Maybe that's the best option for me, if they do that. My last campaign, which I played a very long time ago, I lost Leningrad. Basically the 16th and 18th armies, they just walked into Leningrad and just pushed my forces out of the very heavy city forts. I was playing on 120 difficulty back then. This is 125, so the Germans are even stronger than last time. So I'm scared to death of having Leningrad just being pushed off, the defending forces there, pushed off the map. They did not cut off Leningrad and starve it and besiege it. They just walked in there. So this time around, I'm defending, focusing more on defending the Leningrad area itself. You live and you learn, but I don't know what the AI is going to do, of course. Versus a human player, well, first off, I'd say almost all human versus human campaigns would be played at the same difficulty level, 100%. So I'd say your forces would be relatively stronger, and you wouldn't have to put so much into the Leningrad defenses. What's happening here? We have air movement. Okay. It's 44 scouting missions. Is that it? They lost one plane. They lost one plane as well. So I guess we sent up 20 sorties to stop scout planes. All right. We have more scouting. We have some ground. No, wait. This is bombings, right? Yeah. Wait. I'm bombing? Yeah, I have SP2 bombers. And we lost the division. Well, that was in Vinitsa, so that was expected. Yeah, those were surrounded troops, so no big deal there. And here we come. They're trying to cross the river with infantry. They have infantry down there already. All right. 99. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. They pushed us back from the river line at Dnieper. Well, it's the southwestern front around Kiev, south of Kiev. Marching towards Leningrad. Hungarian corps. AI turn. We have Panzer heading straight for... oh, they routed 2 divisions. Meinstein. That's another route. We lost 13,000. Jesus. Okay, we gotta retreat. 13,000 route. Only 1,800 losses. That's okay. Oh my God. You see how hard the German troops attack? Only a retreat across the river because it was city terrain. I'm kind of happy the Germans are trying to push across the river at this location here, east of Poltava. No, sorry, west of Poltava, because I'm not planning to defend there anyways. It seems they're focusing on the Novgorod area and not heading east into the Kalinin area, into the foothills of Valtai Hills. Not happy about the combats up around Leningrad. Now they're pushing towards, south of Veliki Luki. Well, that's in the wilderness. And? Oh yes, I think we're holding them, aren't we? Yes, we held them. Excellent. Excellent. And here comes a lot of infantry towards... That's my level 2 fort outside Veliki Luki itself. Yes, we're holding them. It was scouted. Excellent job. Another attack. Come on, I think we can hold this. It's only 7,000 troops attacking. Yes, another hold. Remember, winning combats is so nice because you gain morale and experience and you get closer to guard status. Now we have 38,000, so it's gonna fall this time around. Don't tell me we can hold off 38,000 attackers. It's a bit slow. Wait. No. Routed. With, well, 3,700 losses. That's not too shabby for a rout, actually. And we don't have a good leader there. Okay, this is just a skirmish troop. It's just a security regiment. Let's not... We don't care about that. Yeah, it's a retreat. And I'll take that. I'll take that. Anything that's not a rout or a shatter result is good to me. And as long as Yeah. Marching around Veliki Luki and Smolensk. Okay. Now, they haven't started attacking Veliki Luki itself yet. So we have another turn digging in. I do have 2 infantry divisions inside the town itself. So that is a speed bump in itself. Bombing. We have 10 bombers, 12 bombers. We're not losing any bombers. We have escorts. Our air forces are actually helping us. And we're holding them. Is that an attack into Veliki Luki itself? This is north of Smolensk. Wow. We have... No, it's into... Oh shit, they routed us out of Smolensk. Did they? Panzers trying to skirt Smolensk. No, that was outside Smolensk, wasn't it? Another route. 8,000 losses. Now the panzers are pushing into Smolensk from the northwest. We have 500 tanks assaulting Smolensk. What's gonna happen? Yes, we held. And they lost 5 tanks. More tanks. Oh, look, they're advancing north, bypassing Smolensk. This is not too bad. They're like, and we're holding. 1 small division, 6,000 men, held a full infantry division. I'm happy about this. This is looking good. Crossed fingers. That division, which division is 127th? They have 6,000 men and they're holding again, are they? It looks like they're holding. 300 tanks and they were scouted? Oh my god. Heroes of the Soviet Union. 7,000 defenders, 26,000 attackers. This is 246 tanks. Can they hold again? Can they hold again? Is that a mark? No, routed. Although 1,400 losses, and they held once. Alright, Smolensk is now semi-surrounded. This is a tank division defending. We have 111 tanks. So they've reached my reserve line. And we retreated, we lost 11 tanks. That is not too bad. That is not too bad. I'm okay with that. And as far as I could see, we had some red fuel indicators on these divisions here around Smolensk. 1 versus 1. Division. We routed. Lost 4,000. It's not the worst route ever. Okay, so now they're attacking south of Smolensk. Southeast. Here we go. Another held result. I'm super happy about any held result. Another held result. Yes. Yeah, that's the thing with the AI. It tends to do some attacks a human player wouldn't do. And no, they're attacking. They routed something. This is more... oh, that was the Bryansk sacrificial division, south of Bryansk. Shit, okay. Yeah, that was to be expected. Maybe I should have pulled that out. I forgot. I forgot to take a final decision about that. I probably should have pulled it inside Bryansk itself. Now, southeast of Smolensk again. I have at least double defensive lines here. It seems like they're trying to swing around and make a right hook southeast of the Smolensk here. Yep. They're pushing me back. Heading straight towards Moscow. Huh. Okay, a retreat, 500 losses. I'm happy with. Look at the. We have air support. We had a lot of air support there, and we held. I love it. 200 tanks, and we held. one infantry division versus another one. Mine is smaller, of course. And let's not talk about quality here. But we routed 1,300 losses. A route is never good, but there are better and worse routes. Retreat, 500 losses. I'll take that. Oh, they're really messing me up between Bryansk and Smolensk here. They're really. So maybe the Bryansk Panzer Army actually turned back up northwards again. It doesn't seem like they turned right towards Orel or Kursk, which I was fearing. So they kind of moved all the way up to Bryansk, and now it seems they're turning back up northwest. We have an assault on... Oh, this is the Kiev river line. Yeah, I don't care about that. Retreat. Good. Retreat. Perfect. Scouted. I mean, these fallback troops are doing much better than I expected. Not that important, but yeah. What the hell is attack? Oh, he's attacking with regiments. We have air support. The Germans do not. He's attacking with a regiment versus some, I don't know. Oh, a tank division. We have 46 tanks. And we're routed. Okay. Well, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Now they're starting to work on my main defense line. This is the 4th Army. 4th Army is my main defense army along the Dnieper. And he routes it, and I lose 13,000. That is so painful. Losing 13,000, 8,000 losses. Oh, that's so painful. That's so painful. Across a major river. Here's another attack. Southeast of Kiev. Okay. 1,400 losses, 1,500, and 7,000 losses. Out of 8,000 defenders. Very painful, very painful. And now they're trying to cross again versus the 4th Army. Come on, please. I have air support. Okay, just retreat. 2,000 losses. I can live with that. They're across the river, and they have cut off some of 4th Army's... No, that's the 6th Army defenders. It's a tank division, 120 tanks. It's a rout, and we lost 58 tanks. So let's see how much if they can pocket the Kiev defenders. What's this? Another tank division being bashed. 15 tanks lost. It's okay. And a retreat. So this is a security regiment. Well, they have zonal control. Routed. Yeah, it's eliminated. They lost every single infantry. 1,660. Bash, bash, bash. Okay, we're down to the south. I don't know what I was expecting. That I should have held the river line with the 4th Army. But I mean, one attack, rout, and losing 13 out of 14,000 of a fresh, nice, new... Okay, they're unfortified behind a major river line. Is that so stupid to defend that way? I don't know. I think it's mostly the 125 difficulty level. Without that, it would not have been as bad. Okay, we are now at priority attacks 1. Is that what we did before? Yeah. And that's done. So we have no attacks in the south. Nothing against Odessa. That's it. I have to say, there are some very harsh blows to our army and player morale, but it doesn't look like the AI managed to punch through and surround troops, which of course a human player is much more accomplished at doing. So we're gonna check losses, take a brief overview of the front after that, Axis turn 5. And knock on wood, this might actually not be a catastrophe yet. We are entering the air phase, so we're not going to do that on screen. We're just going to end the turn here and then end the stream. Okay, so can we turn off the air? Oh yeah, we lost 116,000. You know, I don't think that's too bad actually. 400 tanks, 125 airplanes, 1800 guns. And I think we introduced, is this like how many reinforcements we got? 275,000. What's note, we lost a lot of tanks and we barely replaced the artillery that we lost. Can we see the Axis losses here? 20,000 plus. Huh. That could be withdrawals. Did they lose 6? I don't know. 179 planes. 67 planes. Alright. So not too bad, huh? Oh, we got news events. Advancing Finnish forces reach the north shore of the Lake Ladoga and capture Salmi. Ladoga Karelia is captured by the Axis. Finnish TBX1. Alright. The V-Zine. Yeah. I don't think we had like too low garrisons or anything. So, apparently the Axis AI choose to advance west of Novgorod up towards trying possibly to cut off the rail line between Leningrad and Novgorod. It seems like they're trying to break through and kind of surround Leningrad. That is not the worst thing for me. I was more afraid they were gonna hit my exhausted skirmish line. I was afraid they were gonna break through here, south of Lake Ilmen, or get too close to Novgorod. Actually, I suppose they might be forced to save up a bit on fuel, even though they have very nice supply rules with the 125 difficulty level. But I'm fine with this. They banged up a division or two up here, but you know. I'm also okay with them. You know, they pushed through the river here, but they didn't make any breakthroughs. Smolensk is still holding. Sure, they have managed to break through up into these marshes here, but the line is not broken through. Okay, this is not good. I thought this was... You know, I kind of messed up Kharkov, but they made their major breakthrough between Smolensk and Bryansk. There is a rail line here, so yeah, they could get a supply line towards Moscow running. And I do have very weak defenses here. My reinforcements here are 3 divisions. So, okay, look, they have surrounded a 14,000 man division. That's not good. He's not gonna be able to pull out. This is one of my few surrounded units. That's not good at all. This is not good at all. The Bryansk area is a disaster. But Orel got substantial reinforcements, as you can see here. I don't know how many divisions we put out there. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 7 division. Because I was kind of expecting the AI to go this way, right? So we got a little bit outflanked. Well, at least we're gonna have time to dig in around Orel here. But I don't know honestly what to do about this breakthrough here. This is probably the worst part of the map, right? Do you agree on that? So we get 1, 2, 3 divisions, 4 divisions, and 3 new ones to cover this entire. It's a huge distance, but I mean, yeah. Well, okay. I'll work on that. I consider this a catastrophe. Okay. Oh, look at this! No real push here across this area. Am I gonna stand here or am I gonna run? Well, we'll see about that. Kiev is still holding, and the AI is wise enough to kind of make a semi... Look, we have rain. We have rain. We have rain in July. Well, that's lucky, isn't it? We don't have any water, or... we have climate humid. I'm not 100% what that means, but I mean, it can be good for the Axis to have rain in July. Anyway, look. It looks like I have an escape route here. Yeah, they're not covering us with zonal control. So this entire, whatever it is, Central 6th Army, they're probably going to be able to fall back and form another line. What I want to do is, of course, actually move more towards the east than the north. And Leningrad is still holding. So I'm okay with them. The direction of this push here is okay. I just want to check how much of a beating the 4th Army took. We're down to 89,000. I think they were at 117. So we lost like 27,000 troops from that army. Yeah, you don't want to place fresh infantry units in open terrain versus these tanks units here, but they are behind a major river and I had nothing else to place there, so okay. And my forts, they went up to fort level 1 and 84% and 60%, and okay, fort level 1 10%. It stopped there because there was no fort. So actually I got almost up to level 2 forts in these 2 locations where I put the fort. So maybe it's worth it to shape the Poltava Dnipropetrovsk fort line here. We'll see. That's for the future. And nothing happened in the south, which is good for me. Exciting. Some ups and downs. We now have another 4 divisions here to fortify south of Lake Ilmen. Leningrad apparently got 3 new divisions. And considering it was kind of strong before, it's not looking too shabby though. I mean, we know this is a very strong force here, but overall, we got a single mountain rifle brigade here. Oh yeah. I figured, why not use brigades and small cavalry units to cover this marshy area here between the railroads. I'm not gonna place full-size infantry divisions this time around. Orel, of course, now looks very well defended with 7 new divisions. Nothing here. Oh yeah, we got a single division at Poltava. Okay. And oh, look at this. We have a bunch of cavalry. I kind of forgotten what I did reinforce. So for me, it's as much as a surprise to you, dear viewer, as it is to me. So apparently this is the best location to reinforce and get a bunch of cavalry sitting behind the river here. Alright. And I didn't give an infantry division to Sevastopol to see transport into Odessa. I figured 6th division is enough. And I popped out a couple of airborne brigades in towns around Stalino and Rostov so they can start digging in. Do they have great construction value? No, they do not. 4. But I don't want to risk them in the front line. And if you have a better use for airborne brigades than digging in far behind the front line, let me know. Maybe I'm doing a crazy thing here. Oh, we get another rifle division in Kharkov. I think this is a reinforcement that I placed there, and another one here. So apparently I wanted to have units with a bit of construction value, 16 and 12 in these 2 towns up here. Oh, another one in... This must be a reinforcement. 23 construction value. I mean, you cannot tell how good the construction value is when you pick them from your reserves and put them on the map. So that's kind of random. But, you know, at least I'm trying to get the divisions into towns and start building. Look at all this rain and even some light mud. That's crazy. Well, that's random weather for you. Is there even historical weather settings in version 2 of the game? And I should have been getting some like default reinforcements, stuff that I don't. Maybe that's all put into the reserve pool. So yeah, that's it. Just want to see my on map manpower. So we went from 2 million up to 2.3 million. So that's a decent reinforcement rate. 10% or so. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. I need to stop here, but I'm kind of excited talking about it. Looking forward to playing. It takes such a long time to play a turn for me. I'm a bit slow, and but I do enjoy the game. I do enjoy streaming it. I hope you enjoyed it, and please, for the love of Stalin, let me know in the comments what you think. What would you have done in these similar circumstances? Do you have any pro tips for me? I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.